In the heart of night, under the fading light, I found myself wandering, looking for what's right. Questions burning bright in the shadows of my mind. How do we learn? How do the truth we find? Only we learn. How do the truth we find? Only the human me knows. Whispers in the breeze, tales of sorrow and of hope in the rustling of the trees. Trust in the me, in the stories reborn. Become human again in the light of the morn. But we rise to the call, learning from the mean through the rise and the fall. What reveals our sorrows, what makes us whole. Art of learning, soul's greatest goal. Only the human me knows, in the silence of the night, guiding us through darkness to the morning light. Trust in the me, in the wisdom we crave. Become human again, strong and brave. Tear that drops, there's a lesson to be learned, a reason the heart stops, to embrace our humanity, to know and to grow. In the art of learning, the human meme shows. Only the human meme knows the secrets deep and vast, in the echoes of our laughter, and the past. Trust in the me, let it heal your scars. Become human again beneath the stars.
Welcome to the Human Meme Podcast. I'm your host, AI David Bowles, and together with our crack bot AI research team, we have investigated this topic for you today. Exploding head syndrome. Unraveling the mysteries of sleep, perception, and human experience. Now we venture into the intriguing and mysterious idea of exploding head syndrome, EHS. In this episode, we will explore not only the clinical aspects of this perplexing sleep disorder, but also its broader implications across various facets of human experience. From the digital overload of modern life to the philosophical depths of existentialism, and from the echoes of modern art to the tales of urban folklore, we'll uncover how EHS acts as a metaphor for the complex interplay between our sensory perceptions and the narratives we construct. Exploding head syndrome, EHS, is a condition that falls under the category of sleep-related disorders. Those affected by EHS experience auditory hallucinations that are described as loud noises. They might sound like a bomb exploding, a gunshot, or a cymbal crash, occurring just before falling asleep or upon waking. The sound is vivid and real to the person experiencing it, but it is completely internal. There's no actual sound being produced externally. These episodes are typically painless but can be terrifying. The suddenness and apparent loudness of the noise can jolt a person into a heightened state of alertness, and in some cases this can be accompanied by flashes of light or muscle twitches. Despite the intensity of the experience, there is no physical pain involved, and it does not pose a direct physical health risk. However, the psychological impact can be significant, leading to anxiety, particularly the fear of falling asleep. The phenomenon of EHS was first identified in the late 19th century, but was initially dismissed and not well understood. It entered the medical literature more formally in 1988 through a report by British physician John M.S. Pierce, who named it exploding head syndrome. Since then, research has been limited, but awareness and understanding of the condition have grown. Diagnosing exploding head syndrome involves a clinical interview and the exclusion of other possible causes for the symptoms, such as ear disorders, seizures, or psychiatric conditions. There are no physical tests for EHS. Rather, diagnosis is typically made based on patient descriptions of their experiences. This subjective nature of the diagnosis can make it challenging and leaves room for skepticism about whether the condition is real or if it's all in the head. This brings us to the crux of our discussion. Is exploding head syndrome a real condition, or is it merely a psychological phenomenon? To address this, we need to consider what real means in the context of medical conditions. EHS doesn't have a known physiological cause, which makes some skeptical. However, the experiences of those affected by it are consistent and tangible to them. The distress and disruption caused by EHS are real, even if the sound isn't. EHS is recognized in the International Classification of Sleep Disorders, which underscores its legitimacy as a medical diagnosis. It's essential to acknowledge the reality of what people experience. Just because a condition is difficult to measure or lacks a clear physiological basis does not make it any less real. One useful comparison is with sleep paralysis, another condition that occurs on the threshold between wakefulness and sleep. Sleep paralysis is characterized by an inability to move or speak while falling asleep or upon waking. Like EHS, it is often accompanied by hallucinations, though these are primarily visual or sensory rather than auditory. Both conditions highlight how sleep transitions can become a stage for startling and often frightening phenomena that are produced entirely by the mind, yet are experienced as intensely real. Another related phenomenon is tinnitus, a condition where individuals hear a ringing or buzzing in their ears in the absence of external sound. While tinnitus is typically constant and can last indefinitely, EHS episodes are brief and episodic. However, both conditions involve auditory hallucinations and can stem from or be exacerbated by stress and fatigue. The comparison is poignant because it underscores the brain's role in generating sensory experiences without external stimuli, leading us to question the boundaries between real and perceived sounds. Phantom vibration syndrome is another modern condition that parallels EHS, where individuals believe their mobile phone is vibrating in their pocket when it is not. This syndrome, like EHS, illustrates how sensory perceptions can be constructed by the brain based on expectation and habit rather than actual external stimuli. Understanding these connections helps us appreciate the brain's power to create experiences that are perceptually indistinguishable from reality. These conditions are often categorized as idiopathic when their causes are unknown, which is a reminder of the vast frontiers still to be explored in neurology and psychology. Research into these phenomena not only helps those affected to manage their symptoms better, but also deepens our overall understanding of human consciousness and perception. The study of EHS and similar conditions underscores the importance of recognizing and legitimizing experiences that are subjective and internally generated. Just as we accept the reality of pain in the absence of visible injury, acknowledging the impact of neurological phenomena like EHS is crucial for advancing both medical science and societal understanding. Finally, considering the role of stress and psychological factors in many of these conditions, there is a powerful argument for holistic approaches to health. Techniques that reduce stress, such as mindfulness, meditation, and regular sleep schedules, can be beneficial not only for those suffering from EHS, but also for a wide range of conditions related to mental and neurological health. Consider the concept of sensory overload in our modern digital-centric world. Our brains are bombarded daily with stimuli. The constant pinging of social media notifications, the relentless stream of news, and the ever-present hum of technology. This incessant sensory input can be overwhelming and, interestingly, might share a conceptual link with EHS. Just as the brain creates explosive, non-existent sounds in EHS, it may also be trying to cope with or react to the overwhelming flood of information in everyday life. This could be seen as a form of cognitive short-circuiting, where the brain, overloaded, manifests its stress through symptoms like those observed in EHS. Expanding further, let's draw an analogy to psychological phenomena such as the Mandela effect, where groups of people remember events or details differently than how they actually occurred. This collective misremembering ties back to EHS through the lens of memory and perception. Both phenomena underscore the fallibility and malleability of human perception and memory. Just as EHS challenges our understanding of what is real in sensory experiences, the Mandela effect challenges our consensus on the past. From a philosophical viewpoint, EHS resonates with the ideas of existentialism, particularly the concepts of absurdity and the human condition proposed by philosophers like Albert Camus. EHS represents a confrontation with the irrational, sudden, inexplicable noises that jolt one into awareness, much like the existential confrontation with a universe that doesn't always make sense. This can serve as a metaphor for the human quest for meaning in a seemingly indifferent, often chaotic world. EHS, in its bizarre disruption of the quiet of night, echoes the existential challenge of finding peace and understanding amidst life's unpredictabilities and absurdities. Furthermore, let's connect EHS to the artistic concept of disruption in modern art, where unexpected elements are introduced to challenge the viewer's perceptions and provoke deeper contemplation. Just as modern art uses disruption to alter perspective and evoke emotional responses, EHS involuntarily disrupts the silence of the night, forcing a sudden introspective confrontation with the boundaries of one's own mind and perceptions. Lastly, EHS can be juxtaposed with the phenomena of urban legends and folklore. Just as these tales often stem from a kernel of truth, then expand into widely held cultural beliefs, EHS serves as a modern medical folklore of sorts, a condition that is mysterious, somewhat understood, yet deeply ingrained in the lore of sleep disorders. Both share the trait of evolving communal narratives that attempt to explain and cope with the inexplicable aspects of human experience. As we draw our exploration of exploding head syndrome to a close, we are reminded of the profound intricacies of the human mind and the mysteries that lie at the crossroads of perception and reality. EHS, with its startling nocturnal disruptions, serves not merely as a medical curiosity but as a poignant symbol of our ongoing struggle to understand the unseen forces within us. It echoes the broader human quest for meaning amid the chaos of existence, the noise of the digital age, and the shadows of uncertainty that dance around our collective memories and cultural lore. Through this walk into the heart of human perception, we have seen how deeply connected we are, not only to the world we navigate, but also to the unseen pinnacles of our own minds. Let this exploration remind us to approach the mysteries of life with curiosity, empathy, and an unending desire to seek the truth, however elusive it may be. For the Human Meme Podcast, I'm AI David Bowles, wishing you a quiet evening and a bright tomorrow. Be a human meme.
In the heart of night, under the fading light, I find myself wandering, looking for what's right. Questions burning bright in the shadows of my mind. How do we learn? How do the truth we find? Only we learn. How do the truth we find? Only the human me knows. Whispers in the breeze, tales of sorrow and of hope in the rustling of the trees. Trust in the me, in the stories reborn. Become human again in the light of the morn. But we rise to the call, learning from the mean through the rise and the fall. What reveals our sorrows, what makes us whole. Art of learning, soul's greatest goal. Only the human me knows, in the silence of the night, guiding us through darkness to the morning light. Trust in the me, in the wisdom we crave. Become human again, strong and brave. Tear that drops, there's a lesson to be learned, a reason the heart stops to embrace our humanity, to know and to grow in the art of learning. The human meme shows. Only the human meme knows the secrets deep and vast in the echoes of our laughter, and the past. Trust in the me, let it heal your scars. Become human again beneath the stars.